Hello, I'm Brooke, or Teacher Brooke, or Miss Brooke, whichever you would like to use. Welcome to class. What's your name? Hi, Kevin. So nice to meet you. Kevin, how are you today? A little nervous. That's okay. Maybe we can work out some of our nerves with this icebreaker question. It's a would you rather, asking, would you rather be as strong as an ox or as fast as a cheetah, and why? Why? I agree with you, Kevin. If you were as fast as a cheetah, you would win every basketball game that there is. Very good. Thank you. So today in our class, we are going to be learning about similes. And really quick, give me a thumbs up, middle, or down about how much you know about similes. A lot, a little, none at all. Okay, none at all. That's good because that means we have a lot of room for improvement, a lot of room for learning. So today in our class, our objectives are to learn to identify a simile, or what does that look like? Learn to explain the simile, what does it mean? And then also we're going to try and create some of our own similes to help make our writing a little bit stronger. How's that sound? Good? Great. And so as we do our class today, I'd like us to have this essential question in our mind. Be thinking about this throughout. How can similes help me understand what I'm reading? And then also, how can similes help me write better, make it stronger? Sound good? So to help us kind of understand similes a little better, we're going to start with this BrainPop video, and hopefully that'll help us a little bit.
I'm reading a really good story. A frog and a kangaroo sat down to eat dinner. The frog's eyes sparkled like diamonds. Her stomach grumbled as loud as thunder. On the table, there was a watermelon as big as a house. I can't wait to eat the watermelon, the frog exclaimed. It's much too big for you, the kangaroo said. You're as small as a grain of sand. That's nonsense, the little frog cried. I'm hungry like a wolf. The little frog began to eat all the food on the table. And even ate the silverware. The little frog became as big as a whale. The similes in this story really bring the writing to life. What is a simile? A simile is a comparison that uses like or as. This story has tons of similes. The frog's eyes sparkled like diamonds. That's a simile. It uses the word like to compare the frog's eyes to diamonds. Her stomach grumbled as loud as thunder. That's a simile that uses as to compare her grumbling stomach to thunder. I guess similes can compare really different things to make a point. Well, a frog's eyes and a diamond don't really have much in common, but both can sparkle. And a stomach and thunder are really different. But both can rumble. Authors use comparisons to help get their message across to a reader. How can similes help you understand what you read? On the table, there was a watermelon as big as a house. The simile uses the word as to compare the watermelon to a house. I know that watermelons are big, but houses are a lot bigger. There's no way a watermelon can really be as big as a house. It's an exaggeration. Exaggeration is a claim that something is greater than it really is. Comparing a watermelon to a house makes me think it's a really big watermelon. That simile things look like better.
Okay, Kevin. So now that we have watched this BrainPop video about similes, give me a thumbs up, middle, or down. How do you feel your knowledge is about similes now? Kind of understand, okay, a little bit, that's an improvement. So let's discuss them a little bit more here. So as we learned in the video, a simile is going to make a comparison between two things using like and as. So for example, we've got this as sweet as pie. So when you're reading something on paper, can you taste what you're reading? I guess you could, but it's not going to be the same. But if I say it as sweet as pie, what does that make you think of? Yeah, that tastes really good. It's delicious. Wonderful. And how about here, colorful like crayons? If I said her hair was colorful like crayons, what does that make you think? And she's got a lot of colors in her hair. Now let me ask you this, Kevin, do you think she has every single color that you would find in a crayon box? Why not? Yes, it's an exaggeration to let us kind of know that she's got a lot of colors in her hair to really capture that. So it's important to note that with similes, they are not exact, okay? They are similar descriptions of things. So simile, similar, they're kind of the same. And we can make those comparisons using lots of descriptions like its shape, it's as round as a ball, its size, as small as a piece of sand, taste, as sweet as pie, smell, etc. So for this example here, his hair was messy like a palm tree. What does that make you think? Hair's all over the place, like mine most days. And then here, the alien was as happy as a horse. I know what your question is, Kevin, because I can see it. Are horses really that happy? Well, what do you think? I'll let you see. Yeah, horses can get pretty happy. Good. So now I'd like to go into an activity where we can practice making some of our own similes. So for this activity, what we're going to do is we're going to look at something and then we're going to write some description words based on its shape, size, taste, color, all of those things that you can make a description about. And then we're going to think about some other things that are similar and make that description, that comparison using like or as. Ready? Okay. So I thought we could start with my good friend. This is my puppy friend. And when we look at this pup, thank you. When we look at this puppy, what kind of size word are we going to give it? You think it's a very big puppy? Yeah, it's pretty small. What about its color? Yeah, it's got lots of different colors, so we'll make it colorful. What about its sound? Can you hear this puppy? Very quiet puppy. What about its smell? How do puppies smell? Stinky. That's a good one. I like that one. What about its texture? Now you can't feel it, but you can see. Do you think it's hard as a rock or soft as a kitten? Good. Very soft. Okay, and so now we want to take one of our little description words here, and we want to think about something else that is an exaggeration of that. So my favorite one that you said was stinky. What is something that's very stinky? Trash is stinky. Yes, trash is so stinky. And if we wanted to make that comparison between trash and our dog using like or as, what might that simile look like here? Perfect. He didn't like that so much, but I loved it, Kevin. That was beautiful. Perfect. So you could continue to do these for extra practice at home. You could use a toy, you could use your jacket, a pencil, your phone, anything that you can describe, and you can make some of your own similes. But for now, I'd like to give you an opportunity to complete this activity where you are going to look for the similes And if it is a simile, then you're going to move the yellow gumball. You can move these. And if it's not a simile, then you can move a different color. But number one, what do you think? He is hungry enough to eat anything. Okay, not a simile. What color are you? Okay, blue. Nice. Good choice. What about number two? I'm as mad as a hornet about the fight. You think it is a simile? Why? Why do you think it's a simile, Kevin? What's it comparing? Yes, you are as mad as a hornet. Hornets can get pretty mad. Good. What about number three? I think I like pizza the best. No, but it has like. And it said here, simile has like or as. Aha, there's no comparison. Perfect. Number four. Yeah, no comparison there either. What about number five? What's the comparison? Very good. You are an expert, Kevin. Perfect. So now that you seem to really know your stuff, I'd like to revisit our essential questions, the one I told you to be thinking about as we were going through. And so that first one is asking, like, how can similes help me understand what I'm reading? And so what do you think, Kevin? Do you think A, that similes tell the reader exact comparison for better understanding? Aha, yeah, they use that exaggeration to get that meaning across better than exact. Perfect. And so then number two is asking, how can similes create stronger writing for you? You think it's A, that makes the writing seem more complicated? Wow, this is really complicated. Or do you think B, it can capture meaning better than trying to be exact? Beautiful explanation, Kevin. You really know your stuff. So before we leave each other for this time, this class that we're together, I would like for you to have an opportunity to make an original Kevin simile. And so what you're going to do here is you're going to pick your favorite alien friend and you're going to pick a feature about them to compare to something else and make a simile. So pick whichever friend and yeah, you can type in the box. Good. Arms. Wow, that's a great one, Kevin. Snakes are pretty long and so are his arms. Very, very good. All right, so then, Kevin, do you have any questions for me today? And let me see a thumb. How are you feeling about similes? Yes, very good. I'm so happy for you. If you'd like some extra practice, you can use these worksheets here, or if you think about any questions after class, or you want to say anything, you can always email me here. Kevin, it was a pleasure learning with you today. It was so good to meet you, and I hope to see you again. Bye, Kevin. Bye.